Hello, today we're going to test the bassiest bass overdrive pedal I've had the pleasure to test so far. But there's more, much more to say about the ROSA from Lusithand devices, so stick around. Welcome back to the Weather Base. I am Jean-Marc Van Loo. First of all, I would like to thank Nuno from Lusithand devices. He always counts on me for reviewing his creations. And this is quite a serious relationship because otherwise he wouldn't have sent me the first model. It's written 001 here. Right, so I claim that this is the bassiest bass overdrive out of all that I tested so far. And here's an example. So why is the ROSA capable of such thunderous lows? Well, it all has to do with the tilt EQ. Counterclockwise, it boosts the lows and cuts the highs, and clockwise, vice versa. So here's an example of what it can sound like with the EQ knob at around 2 o'clock. What are all these switches for? Well, in the intro song, they were all up. And now we're going to test the pedal with all of the switches down. And afterwards, I'll explain what they do. The clean switch adds some dry signal parallel to the drive. It's subtle, but it does add clarity and transients. It also raises slightly the volume, so you have to adjust it by lowering it a little bit when you turn the clean switch on. I'd say that the wet-dry balance is really good and it works. Furthermore, the clean or dry signal runs through the volume and the equalizer, and I find this very useful as it optimizes the blending of both signals. The second switch is called hot and is like a pre-gain boost. The good thing about it is that it doesn't turn the ROSA into a strident distortion, but rather a more aggressive overdrive. And finally, the high switch. This one increments the presence, that means the high mids to lower treble frequencies, so not so much the highest frequencies. This means there's more attack without the sizzle. Good. I think there's only one relevant setting that we did not go through, and that is with the EQ and the drive knobs at noon, and with the clean and hot switches on or up. So what's my opinion? Well, this is a surprising one. It's simple and easy to use, really intuitive. The sound speaks for itself, and it's really a matter of tastes. But I like it. It's between vintage and modern sounding. And in general, it brings something new to the table. However, it scoops too much some of the mids, and I miss the texture of these frequencies. Furthermore, with the EQ knob below 11, there's way too much bass for me. Crazy to hear that from a bass player. But above 1 o'clock, the ROSA opens up, point intended, and it starts singing. What really impresses me from Lusithand devices is that the brand always offers an in-house sound, but it's always versatile and user-friendly. And both the build and the sound quality of their devices is always excellent. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram for updates, and I'll see you in the next one. And now for something completely different. With the right settings, this pedal can turn into a fuzz monster with big cojones. Bye-bye.